I am the shadow in the moon at night. Okay guys and girls, it's your favourite, slightly eccentric, slightly mad, slightly creepy friend, Nick Dutch, back again one more time for another delightful video on the run-up to the Halloween season, building up the energy, building up the excitement about Halloween. Today we've got a very curious story, and hopefully the battery on my camera will last so I'll be able to, you know, make a good comment on it. I'm just going to read out the story. The guy's going to remain anonymous, okay? Then I'll make my comments on the story itself, and hopefully I'll make you happy, okay? And if I don't worry about it. Stay subscribed and there'll be more cool videos coming, okay? I'm telling you. Because, like, I'm getting it back. I'm getting my mojo back. I'm kind of like, you know, getting there one more time. Okay, here we go. This guy says, as you know, I'm frequently playing about with lucid dreaming and have been trying to induce one for about a week now with limited success. I woke up early yesterday morning around about 6 AM. But before going back to sleep, I decided to brew myself a cup of guayusa, which is this stuff here, this amazing tea which lucid dreamers use, okay? And chugged it down and listened to some gamma binaural beats in the hopes of facilitating a lucid dream, or in failing to get back off to sleep, a nice meditation session to start the day. Makes sense, you know, if you don't sleep, you meditate. Let's see what happens to me tonight. Alright. The beginning of the experience was fairly ordinary. I felt my body become more relaxed as my mind became more aware. At about 10 to 15 minutes into the experience, however, a very peculiar sensation started to take over. My body started to feel lighter, almost floaty, important point. And there was a definite sensation on being lifted upwards and being spun around very slowly. Also, very key, very important points. I then started seeing in my mind's eye spontaneous random images. One of my streets, one of my old school, one of an old woman I didn't recognize, and that one kind of shocked me a bit. But the final one was an image that I retained. It was a bird's eye view of my own bedroom. Looking down, I could see everything in place. Me, my bed, my desk, my guitar, everything. Bearing in mind I'm not actually seeing this as one would in a typical dream, but in my mind's eye. The difference being is that the clarity at which I was visualizing was out of this world. Okay? This I all found very interesting, to say the least, and decided to stay in this mind image for the fun of it. I then noticed something quite out of place. Underneath my door was what appeared to be a piece of paper, something I would have surely seen before I had walked through the door twice in 10 minutes to brew the guayusa. There appeared to be writing on the paper, however I couldn't make out all that much of it apart from the number 30. About an hour and a half later, the binaural beat stopped, the mind-altering meditation recording. I got out of bed to start my day. No lucid dreams, unfortunately. I think what he should have written there was, that's what I thought, close brackets, if you know what I mean, okay. This is when I found a note underneath my bedroom door. It was from my mother saying that she had gone out and will be back at 1:30. I don't quite know what to make of all this experience, other than that it's creating more questions than answers, as most of these things do. Was it just a dream, a coincidence, or was this something deeper? A sign that consciousness appears to be a lot more complicated and mysterious than we could imagine. Based upon prior personal experiences, however, I'm kind of like sliding with the latter. This experience has kindled my interest in astral projection, which before I may have been guilty of to just dismiss as a lucid dream in disguise. But I cannot ignore my own experience. Any thoughts, input would be great, thanks. Okay. Yeah, you've had an astral projection of sorts, okay? Correlates to some of my experiences too. These things are weird, they do happen, right? Sometimes you don't necessarily feel yourself out of your body, you just, you know, you're still aware, your body's lying in bed, but like your mind's kind of like elsewhere. And Sylvan Muldoon described it as having like your astral cable projecting out of your body, but you're not your astral body projecting out of your body. So it's like your eyes are being like taken out of your head and they're kind of like looking around the world and relaying the images back to your, you know, resting body and resting brain. As one possibility. The other possibility is it was a full-blown astral projection. Now you've described some symptoms there, which I thought was very interesting. You described the kind of like floaty feeling, the kind of like, you know, the feeling of movement. Okay, let's say, just scroll back. Okay, you said here, my body started to feel lighter, almost floaty, and there was a definite sensation of being lifted upwards. These are key astral projection gamma frequency things, alright? The gamma frequency is slightly euphoric, it does that to you, okay? And so, yeah, that's like, you know, the gamma waves can help you to do that and to get there. But then you say, and being spun around very slowly. This kind of like experience of being moved in this kind of like slow methodological manner is one of the varieties of experience you can get from all this stuff. So yeah, this is correlating with classic Sylvan Muldoon and Hertwood Carrington projection of the astral body kind of stuff. Okay, and with some of my experiences too. You've had essentially a basis, I mean, not, you know, totally conscious, not totally out of your body, not 100% aware of your astral body as opposed to your physical body, but, you know, you've done it. That's your first experience, and the fact you saw the piece of paper there, that's amazing. You actually saw that, because often you see things which aren't there, but you think they're there out of habit, or as if they're like the impression of the thing is still in the room. Okay, you can visit some room you've never been to before in your entire life, and you end up reporting back like things which aren't there, but which used to be there for a long period of time. That can happen sometimes too. So yeah, you've done it. This is the start of your journey into OOBE and astral projection. So yeah, okay. So I'm turning around to you people and saying, like, I say this story is an astral projection experience of one type. I'm telling you that astral projection is real because I've been there and I've done it, and you know, you got to try this stuff. You know, you got to get into it. Just yeah, and consciousness is not just in the body, and it's weird, but you know, enjoy, because like there always will be more questions, but we're not just bodies. We're not just like gloopy grey matter in the skull, okay? We're not just our senses. We're not just our instinctive drives and all that, and you know, there's life after death. Okay? Keep tuned. Speak to you soon.